Hello my lovely people, my name's Amanda for those of you that don't already know. This is just a quickie video. I've been asked to do another video showing how to do corners on a bag, so to square off the corners so that it's got like a flat base, has the bag for Christmas stockings and things. We are going to be doing more on Christmas stockings as Christmas approaches, probably in a month or two. So for them, in the meantime, I'll just gonna do a quick video. I'm just looking at my fabric. I've got a piece of, you've probably seen this before. This is what we did some lingerie bags in. So I'm gonna do it in this fabric, and I'm going to do it in red thread, so it should be easy to see. So for those of you that have subscribed so far, thank you. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Excuse my nails because I'm waiting to pop them on tonight. I need to put some new acrylics on tonight. So excuse those. I do apologise. So for now, I'm going to stand the phone when I can think to the side and show you how to do the squared off corners for the bag. It's very easy. There's just a few ways to do it. There's one way you cut a corner out and you cut a little square out and match, and then sew around here and then match the seams up and what have you. But this way is dead easy, and it works for me. This is the method that I use all the time. So bear with me while I switch you onto here, onto the sewing machine, and then you can see what we're doing, hopefully. Right, so I'm just going to do it as a mini lingerie bag. So this is the fabric. As I say, you'll have seen it before. I'm just going to do, I mean, don't worry if it isn't in a long piece. If it's two pieces and this is cut, it don't matter, you do it exactly the same. Right, I'm just going to do it, and I'm only doing the corners to show you that. I'm not going to do the hemming and everything round the top because I'll finish that off later myself. But I just wanted to do a video for the corners, that's all. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to pop it under the sewing machine foot. And I've got it on straight stitch and just sew straight down to the bottom. Do a couple of back stitches. Okay, so go right to the bottom. That's that one. Pull the thread backwards, and on this side, same again. Couple of locking stitches at the start and at the end. Sorry if it's really loud. It's because the machine's on a wooden desk, so it tends to vibrate a little bit, make a noise. Right, so done that. We've cut the threads off, loose threads off. Okay, so now we have a bag, in essence, sewn up the sides and ready to do the squared off corners. So the easiest way to do this, I would normally press this once I've stitched this seam, is, but for today I'll just show you how to do it. Open up, let me do that again. Right, so you've got the bag there. Grab hold of each side in the middle somewhere. Don't really matter where. It's stuck together. Right, okay. So that you're opening it like that. So this point is at the top. Okay. Now, you need to make sure that your seams from both sides are about even. If you've done a base seam, you might find it easier. Just let me run across this base because I think you'll find that a little bit easier. For a beginner, that's a bit better. So, I'll just run across the bottom. Bear with me. So, let's pretend that was an open piece of fabric. And I've just stitched it. Okay, right. This will make it easier. I'll pin it open now. Right, there we go. Pull it open. What you need to do is to make it so that your corner This is your side seam. Make it so that your corner is in like a point, like an arrowhead, like that. And then make sure this seam line here you can feel against your bottom seam line. Okay, so then those two are together, and then once you've got them, so that's the bottom seam and this is the side seam, both my seams are on top of each other. This corner, make sure it's pulled out nice and straight like that, so the stitching is right at the edge here, as you can see, right at the edge here. And then we're gonna measure down here. I'll probably do an inch and a half. So let me have a look. Get my tape measure. There we go. There we go. Let's see. So from the very end of your actual seam, your stitching, not the fabric, the stitching, hold down. Yeah, an inch and a half. I will do, which is, let me turn this around so I can see, about 3 or 4 centimetres. Put your finger there, pop a pin across where it is, across the seam, so that's holding them together. And then you do exactly the same on the, oh sorry, you can't see that, could you? So I've measured down an inch and a half. It's difficult this on the phone to show you when I'm recording on the phone, but all my others recording equipment's at the caravan. So right, we've measured down an inch and a half and pinned across there, and we'll do the same on this side so that they're both the same. So pull it apart, get your base seam lined up with your side seam so they're on top of each other. Pull your fabric nice and flat. This is when, if you press it, it will make a far better job, because you know that all the fabric's pulled away from where you've stitched. So inch and a half again, it's right at the point of my thread, where my thread ends. So inch and a half is there. Let me just pop a pin across the bottom. Now all we're going to do is now sew where this pin is straight across from one side to the other side. And I always make sure I've got one seam one way on that one and one the other way, that you've got one seam lying this way and then the underneath one going the other way to reduce the bulk. Need to measure that again. Bear with me. Inch and a half. There we go. Pop that in there. Okay. Right. So under the machine, if you want to pin it or draw a line across, that's fine. But I tend to do it by eye because I've done it so many times. You'll soon get where you're doing it without having to draw a line. Take the pin out and go straight across. Straight across, straight across, straight across. Do your fasten off stitches. Turn round and cut your thread ends off. Do the other side. One side to the other. Put your thing. I'm doing it on with pins again rather than drawing on it. As I say, it'll come easy once you've done a few. Let me get the pin out. First pin. Wait a minute. There we go. Right. Then pop that one down. Okay. Follow the thread. Do a couple of fastening off stitches to start with. Take the other pin out. Straight over. Now, because it's going over that many layers, just be careful. This is quite a heavy duty machine, this one, so it will go through quite a few layers. But sometimes when you get to here, you've got 2, 3, 4 layers of fabric where the both seams are. So sometimes your machine may struggle a bit, but just go slowly over the hump bit there where the seams are. Okay, so that's what you're left with. Now what we need to do is to then cut off this bit make sure you cut this side of this seam line. You don't want to cut this side, otherwise you'll make a hole in your bag. So cut this side where the point is away from the fabric, away from the seam. We're going to cut straight across and leave a little seam allowance. So let me get some scissors. So make sure you cut in on the far side of the seam. So I'm just going to cut across and leave about, I don't know, what's that, a centimetre? Like so. Same on the other side. You can neaten the seam if you want to stop fraying. And I would normally do that. Or if you line it, you don't really need to, because the lining will protect it. Then all you need to do, turn it the right way around. Give it a press. Press out those corners. And there you go. Squared off corners to give a square bottom. Most of us spend a lifetime trying to get rid of a square bottom, but this one you're sewing square bottoms. So anyhow, there you go. So you can see it's in a square. It's perfectly even because your seams are on top of each other before you sewed them. Nice square bottom, so it'll stand up if you need it to. I mean, you saw then it just stood up without any effort at all. If it had been together, just a straight seam together, it wouldn't generally stand up. So when it's on like something bigger, and you've, say, like a Christmas stocking that you're doing, then it will, I'm going to push the corners out properly, and it's got a bit of weight in it, like so, stand up. I've done lots of these in different sizes for my bathrooms, and I've put a coordinating lining fabric inside and then rolled the tops over. I mean, you don't have to put a liner in, but I've done things like that, and in there I've got, like, well, bigger ones, shampoo, spare soaps, and little ones with cotton buds and cotton wool things in, and all sorts of things. They look nice on the bathroom shelf. And then when you want a change of accessories, you can just make some more in a different fabric to match your new decor. If you do them quite big, you can put newspapers in them and magazines in them. You can, I've seen them done with a really thick hessian fabric, and you put logs in them. So they're quite useful for bits and bobs. I mean, even something small like that, you can use it outside of your sewing machine to put your bits of threads in. Catch all your bits of threads when you're sewing, and then you can just like so, empty it in the bin when it's full or at the end of your project. So that's all we do for that. I hope you enjoyed that little mini video. I will see you soon. My next tutorial is going to be on a buttonhole on the machine, doing a buttonhole on the machine, so bear with me. I will see you very soon. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, as I said before, please do. It really helps me to grow my channel. And I really appreciate it. It's nice to know that you're watching. Please ignore the washing. In the background, that's sewing. Where am I? This pile here on the chair is sewing. That's my washing. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, please give me a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe, tell your friends, share, or whatever. If you've got any requests, pop it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to accommodate them. Okay, my lovelies, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.